Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have the Midas touch, while others struggle financially, despite working incredibly hard? What if I told you that the answer might not be found in the latest business strategy or investment tip, but in understanding who the true source of all wealth really is? Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that might challenge your perspective, but could also transform your financial future. Recognizing God as the source of your wealth. Before we go any further, let's redefine what we mean by wealth. When most people hear that word, they immediately think of money, possessions, or material abundance. And while those things can certainly be aspects of wealth, true wealth encompasses so much more. In Proverbs chapter 10 verse 22, we read that the blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. This verse challenges our conventional understanding that wealth comes exclusively from our own hustle and grind. Now, I'm not suggesting we should all quit our jobs and wait for money to fall from the sky. But what if we approach our work, our finances, and our resources with the understanding that God is the ultimate provider? Throughout history, there have been spiritual principles connected to wealth creation that transcends cultures and religions. Let's explore three of these principles. First, there is the principle of stewardship. When we recognize that everything we have comes from a divine source, we approach our resources differently. We become managers rather than owners. Second, there is the principle of generosity. It's almost contradictory, but across spiritual traditions, there's this understanding that giving leads to receiving. As Jesus said, "Give and it will be given to you. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." And third, there's the principle of gratitude. When we are thankful for what we have, we invite more abundance into our lives. It's like tuning into a frequency of prosperity rather than scarcity. I have seen this firsthand in my life. Now let's get practical. How do we live out this understanding that God is the source of our wealth? Start by taking inventory of your blessings. What resources, talents, relationships, and opportunities do you already have access to? This practice alone can shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Next, consider how you can be a better steward of what you have. This might mean creating a budget, reducing debt, investing wisely, or simply being more intentional with your spending. Finally, look for ways to be generous. This doesn't always mean financial giving, though that can certainly be part of it. You can be generous with your time, your talents, your knowledge, or your encouragement. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. If God is the source of wealth, why are there faithful people who struggle financially? Why is there poverty in the world? These are valid questions that deserve thoughtful consideration. The truth is, we live in a complex world with systems and structures that don't always align with divine principles of justice and equality. Recognizing God as the source of our wealth doesn't mean ignoring these realities or blaming individuals for their financial circumstances. Instead, it calls us to work toward a world where everyone has access to what they need to thrive. It also reminds us that true wealth isn't measured solely by our bank accounts, but by our connection to the divine source of all abundance. just like we see in Philippians 4 verse 19. And it reads, "And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus." As we wrap up today, I want to encourage you to experiment with this perspective. For the next week, try approaching your work, your finances, and your resources with the mindset that God is the ultimate source of your wealth. Notice how this shift in perspective affects your decisions, your stress levels, and perhaps even your financial outcomes. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from this message. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that explores the intersection of practical faith and wealthy living. Until next time, remember, true wealth begins with recognizing its source.